It is currently Monday night and I have both pups on the bed, so hopefully they don't knock the camera over, but I am here for an exciting vlog. I do think I'm gonna do a 24-hour reading vlog, but it's mainly to read this book. If you are on Instagram, then you know that I have the privilege of being a part of a book box for Dark and Corky, and I got to choose one of my favorite books, and I chose Devil of Dublin. It was a very hard process to decide what book I wanted to do for the book box, because I want to do a book that hadn't been done before by another book box, and I also want to do a book that I like absolutely loved, that like if people saw the author I was doing, they'd be like, well, obviously you're doing that book. Like I wanted it to be something that was like me. With Peace Love Books, it was a book you guys know like I do not stop talking about, because there are a lot of books I do not stop talking about. So I had my list thinking and what would fit well with the box, like genre wise, because there are 5 books in the book box. There are 4 other people that I'm doing it with, and so I wanted to pick a book that was not like exactly the same as the other ones, and we have a good mix of dark and contemporary and emotional. Some of my favorite authors are in the box, so I went with The Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton, and I'm going to be rereading the book for you guys in this vlog because I absolutely love this book, and I have to double check if I can. I would love to show you the process at the end of me helping design the cover. I obviously didn't design it, but I gave them like my ideas, which was a little bit more difficult than what I thought it was going to be, because you have to be very specific in your feedback with the designers to like get across what you really want in a book. So Darcy, I will go through all that. It was also hard because there's already 2 covers of this book, because there's a male version and then Darcy's making a nest for herself in a mess of my bed. So I'm so excited, and definitely check out Dark and Corky's Instagram. I don't want to spoil like the books or the covers for you if you don't want to be spoiled, but their Instagram account I will link down below has already, at least today that I'm filming, revealed 3 of the 5 covers already. I've seen all of them. They all have beautiful covers and they have sprayed edges. There's going to be an art print in them. They're going to be amazing, and it's on sale today. So I am so excited for this box, and I'm so excited to reread one of my favorites. So, and I might go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. Tomorrow I have fun plans, so I'm gonna take you along with me, and I might go to Barnes & Noble and I might get Panna for dinner, and my sister wants some crumble cookies too. So it's just gonna be the day of all the things. I mean, I am working tomorrow, so work has been busy and I got a lot to do, but we're gonna read this, and it's already 8:30. I want to go to bed by 10 at the latest today, so I'm going to get curled up with my book in bed, read it, and probably chat with you guys tomorrow about my progress with this. I also saw B.B. Easton's coming out with another book to the series. Like, it's gonna be a series, and she's writing a second book. She did say it's taking her a long time, and she might have said it's the longest book she's written, but I'm so excited. So I'll be rereading this and taking you guys along on the day with me. So maybe this is just gonna be like a 24-hour day in the life vlog, but I'll take you along. Hello from my office. Basically, I work in my loft. It's a little messy, so don't look around, but I did want to update you on my reading. So I did, you guys saw, I used my new mug that I got from Steamy Lit. The Meet Cute bookshop was like their bookstore on site, and so I got a mug there. I would have loved to get like a sweatshirt or something, but they did not have it. But I have been listening a little while I worked, so I got up and walked my dogs. Today is an off day for working out, so usually I take Tuesdays and Fridays off from working out, but I have 2 hours left on 3 times speed, so I have 6 hours left. So I'm about roughly halfway through Devil of Dublin, and I will walk you through at the end of the vlog my like cover process and the different editions of covers that I got. I really wanted a like whimsical kind of cover that kind of encapsulated the beginning of the book and the parts where they go back to the forest where they met. So the book starts out when they're young and they meet each other, and the hero is from a very bad home life. His mom had him out of wedlock and basically like dumped him with a priest who's very abusive, and so he doesn't speak. He has a really hard time speaking, like he just physically can't speak to people. And so she is visiting Ireland to visit her grandfather. At first it's because her grandmother died, and then they try to visit every year, and then her mom dies and they don't go back until her grandfather passes away when they're adults. So they play with each other, and it's very like, let's play with the fairies and like magic, and I wanted to get that sense in my cover, and I feel like I really did, and I'm very excited about it. But I just really love their connection, and he literally will kill anybody for her, and I'm obsessed. So this definitely is a very dark romance. They both go through a lot of dark things in their past, and she had an abusive fiance when she came back for her grandfather's funeral and meets Kellen again, and he is an adult now, and he is like a killer for the mafia basically. So it gets dark in that aspect, and so now I know like a bunch of different suspense action-y kind of plots are going to happen, but it's so good so far. So I love this book so much, and I'm having so much fun on my reread. I don't know how much I'll be able to listen. I do have some work that I can't like fully pay attention to an audiobook to do, so I'm gonna go do that and then hopefully listen to more of my audio in the afternoon. But I will keep you updated, and hopefully I can get some yummy food today because I've been looking forward to that. Hello everybody. I have an hour left of the audiobook. I did end up going out and getting crumble and panda, and it was delicious. Panda was packed. I actually like went into the store to get panda because there were like 6 people in the drive-thru. No idea why. It was like $4.40 getting that. And so far we've had the snickerdoodle cookie. So good. Did you like the snickerdoodle cookie?
Delicious.
Okay, yes, she did. She's hard to please with cookies. So I worked most of the day. I was pulled into a couple meetings that I wasn't expecting, so I didn't get as much audio listening done. Sorry for the angle change. My memory card got full, so I had to go delete stuff. But I did listen to a lot today. I didn't listen to as much as I thought I could because I had so much work to do. But today I'm gonna work on some crocheting. I just wanted to show you guys. I was really excited. Not that I don't think any of you would care, but I got a crochet grippy thing so that when I'm holding and like crocheting my squares, it's more ergodynamic, I think is what it's called. So very excited. It took forever for this to come in, and they sell out so fast. Like this was the only color I could get other than like dark green, so the pink sells out so fast every time. I do have a purple one coming too, because again, I didn't notice, I like wasn't actively thinking about the restock the second time that I tried buying one, but I saw like the notification pop up on my phone. I was like, oh, let me see what they have, and they still had purple, so I got one too. It was $20, but I'm very excited to have this and use it, so I'm gonna try it out today. I've been making this granny square blanket, so many squares. All of these still need to be tied in, like the loose ends. It's my least favorite thing to do with these, but I'm excited to continue in the book because it's just so good. So I really like it more so for like the soulmates aspect and like that magical kind of feeling to them. It's definitely very dark though too, because they have like a lot of healing to do together. So like when they want to be intimate with each other, they have to understand each other's traumas and like what they can and can't do with one another. So it's very sweet in that aspect. And I do remember crying when I read it physically, but I think I enjoy the physical reading experience better than the audio. I don't know why, but I just like was so immersed physically reading it, like at the beginning of this book and the first time around I read it. They're just on the run together right now. So I'm gonna finish my audio, pop in some headphones, and work on my granny squares. Hi, I realized I never really told you what the book is about, and I just talk about how it's like a soulmates romance and they love each other, but it takes place in Ireland, and the heroine visits when she's really little. She's like 9 when she first visits for the death of her grandmother, and she has like no one really to play with, so she goes out into the woods behind the house to play by herself because her mom used to love playing like magic make-believe there, and she finds this like crumbling down house and finds Kellen, who is a couple years older than her. He doesn't speak, and she instantly thinks he's like this fairy child and wants to play with him, and he is completely entranced by her and wants to play with her, and then she has to leave, and she only spends about a week there every year. And so for the next few years she visits and sees him, and she has to skip a year one time and sees him again, and he is growing into this very damaged, tortured character because he is from an abusive household. He lives with this priest in town, and his mom had dropped him off, so they know each other that way. And then things happen and she can't come back for a very long time until the death of her grandfather, and she is back as an adult with a fiance. I love a good, she's engaged to someone else, but her fiance is not a good person, so she ends up running into Kellen, and they have this whirlwind, very dangerous time together, and it's basically soulmates. Like, they are meant to find each other, they're destined to be together. There's this magical quality to the forest behind the house with this lake there, and they end up finding each other and falling in love, and I love it so much, so I'm very excited. It's part of the box, and make sure you do check out the other books in the box. I am doing the box with Tori from Novel Life, McKay from Moa Hates McKay, Sam from Sam Reads a Little, and Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl, and everybody chose a different book that's really special and important to them. So I'm not going to tell you what the books are. Check it out if you want to see what the covers are, but if that sounds at all interesting to you, go ahead and check out Dark and Corky's website, and the box is on sale now, so check it out. But I am going to go do a couple things, and I'll be back with my final update for you because I'm horrible, and I was just like doing things and I was like, oh my gosh, I never told you what this book was about. So that's what the book's about. Hi everybody. I finished the audiobook. I crocheted one more square, and then I just sat on the couch with the dogs and listened to the rest of the audiobook, and it is so good. I really love the author's note at the end. The first time I read the book, it actually made me cry about Kellen and his backstory and his mom's backstory, so I just really love this book so much. I just love the whole soulmates aspect of this book. They were meant to be together. So many times they're separated and they're finding their way back to each other. It's very dark, which I also love a good mafia romance, so we do have those dark elements in here, but I wanted to walk you through the cover process. So I did get confirmation from Gianna, who's the owner of Dark and Corky, and Kat, the designer, to share these with you. So we went through a few cover designs. These were done back in May, so there were a couple options that were sent to me. So this was the first one, and I wanted it to like be obvious it was a romance, so I knew I wanted it to be different than the original, so I didn't want it to have just a guy on it or like a lot of like Dublin theme, because the alt cover just has like shamrocks on it. So I wanted something different, and I said something whimsical, like something about the lake and like the woods, because that's where they met, and that's very like fairy magic kind of thing, and I wanted it to have that kind of like magical quality. So they sent this, and I knew I didn't want it to be super green, because I feel like green was already like a theme of the book and of the original covers, and then I didn't love how like the little speckles looked like fire, because like that didn't really match the vibe I was going for. I love the underwater like aspect of this, but I wasn't super in love with the girl. So then they sent this over, which I thought was pretty good, but that's not really how I pictured Kellen. So I was like, I do like it, but don't really love the couple. I wanted to make it like look like they were like embracing underwater, like in love underwater, wanting to be together. And so this was more the vibe I wanted, but I wasn't like 100% into it. So they did a really good job of combining these two and changing the color scheme up. So let me scroll back to the final cover, which I have saved. It should have already been released on Instagram already, so you can see the final cover. This is the final cover. I absolutely love it. We dulled down the green to be more like of a darker bluish green, and I love the color. And then I love this photo. That's definitely more Kellen to me, and it has that romantic quality but still whimsical, like her dress flowing, and they're both underwater, and they're just like trying to find each other underwater. And I just love this photo so much, and I love how it carries on to the back of the book and kind of like fades into the back. And I love the still kind of like silver magical quality it has with like the little specks and like the sun coming down. So everything about this I absolutely love. So I hope that you guys enjoy the cover too. It was really hard to describe like what I really wanted. I was like, I want a more like fairy tale whimsy kind of vibe, and they're like, we need more direction than that. So from the original, I immediately knew like not super green. I want something different. And they're like, well, do you want like the fantasy girl on the cover? I was like, no, not that vibe. I still wanted to feel very like romantic. So we went through like some stock photos to figure out what I wanted, and I really love it. And I think that the end pages and the sprayed edges just like complement everything so well, and I'm obsessed with the cover. I think it just encapsulates what I wanted it to so well, and I'm so excited to have this book on my shelf. It is so pretty, and I love the color of it. I think it's perfect for them, and it's not too like takes place in Ireland, so I'm so excited. I want to thank Dark and Corky so much, and Gianna for doing this box with us, and I'm so excited. It's on sale now, so definitely check it out. Definitely check out Dark and Corky's Instagram to see the 5 books that are included in the box. There is, like I said, a range from dark and forbidden to more emotional, and I have read all the books but one, so I definitely have to fix that. I have to read one of them. But if you want to check out what books we chose, what authors we chose, definitely check out the Instagram link in the description down below. And that's the end of this vlog. I had so much fun rereading this book. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read this, and if you liked seeing a behind the scenes kind of look at the cover design. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.